Hello and welcome back to the second part of the Duo of Death trio of 2v2 PvP battles here in base era Shogun 2. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, I'd recommend going back to the previous video in the playlist linked in the description and watching that first, because that is the start to this series. It's just really fucking epic, and it really sets up this. There's some real competition here. There's some real payback to get. Today, Tea Master and DrDave are besieging me and Dema, and as we can see, I think it glitched out again and says I'm playing Mori, even though I picked Chosokabe again. But Dema really is playing Atomo. Over here we have, I believe, Tea Master still with Hattori, and on the other side we have DrDave playing as Oda. Now we can see they plan on going the wide angle. They're so far away they're not really going to be able to support each other, but they're going for the lower section before anything else. And as you see, we didn't actually concentrate a lot of defenses there to start, but let's take a look at what we have before we really get into the action here. So we have some Atomo, Matchlock, Ashigaru manning the walls because our funds were so low, and I really went over this unit composition with Dema, trying to min-max it a bit. Just walls lined with Matchlock Ashigaru. Yep, that seems to be what we can expect for the bottom line here. Some Naginata Samurai, Yari Ashigaru on his end over here. Yep, and I brought one set of fire projecting mangonels just to kind of poke and prod at them in case they bring any amount of siege weapons, which we'll take a look at in a moment. I have taken the stance of defending the top and the rear, whereas I put Demo more in the front. What I have over here is some Chosokabe Bo Ashigaru, again because of lack of funds, Yari Ashigaru, Light Cav, two sets of Light Cav, some more Yari Ashigaru, Bo Ashigaru, lots of Ashigaru, but this is just the bottom layer. Up here we have Bo Samurai behind their little wooden walls, closest thing Japan has to shields, Katana Samurai, Chosokabe Moto Chika, Chosokabe Bo Samurai over here, a bow hero for that real nice extra reach and sniping range. I put him behind cover just for the hell of it to start. Naginata Samurai, Katana Samurai hiding Dema's general, 2 stacks, and Portuguese Tarcos, which I made Dema leave up here just so we'd have these elite units for the end of the fight. Now let's take a look at our opponents. Over here on T's side, there could be some hidden units here. He has Vanguard deployment, and ninjas would be invisible right now, and I actually don't remember if he brought any. He brought 1 unit of Yari Cav, some Hattori Naginata Samurai, Katanas, Naginatas, Bo Samurai, lining the front. He actually gave them barricades and everything. Interesting choice for an attacker. 2 units of fire rockets, backed by even more Naginata and some Katanas. And Hattori Hanzo himself makes me feel like we're definitely going to see Hanzo's shadows out here. On the other side, Dave's side, we have a front line of Oda Matchlock Ashigaru. Very interesting choice. Oda Long Yari, of course, his favorite. Some fire rockets. 4 units of fire rockets, boys. More Long Yari Ashigaru, Bo Ashigaru, and his general. And right now, we've seen it all. Let's hit the play button. We have a very interesting matchup here, and they've gone really heavy with the fire rockets, and already, immediately, opening fire on our archery towers. They are trying to destroy our infinite supply of arrow defenses, but at the same time, they're not the most important things. Look at that. 2 volleys and this one's dead. 4 and this one's not even dead. Impressive. I have the fire projecting mangonels opening fire over here on his hordes of units. Look at that. Already a lucky shot. I'm not too worried about the fire rockets because they're prioritizing targets I don't care about. Immediately at this point in the game, I told Dema, take every single thing you have on the walls and move it back. I told him this because I didn't want him to get slaughtered by all these fire rockets. I told him, move to the center and set up a defensive formation with the matchlocks. And I had already told him how to do this before the game actually started. Firing lines of matchlocks coming down here, across here, and down here. And you'll see he's going to start moving into that. So they've already taken out our 2 archery towers on the bottom layer over there. Not this one. Fire projecting mangonels coming out. Where are they going? Over here. Ah, not the best shots, but we got some fire rockets moving across. Now that the archery towers are gone and we move the matchlocks back, he's moving his fire rockets across to get some better firing line. You see Dema's setting up those firing lines. I told him to set up a bit more far out than I want, but I believe he corrects that in a bit. Let's see what's happening. Our attackers are taking it pretty cautious, pretty slow. More mangonels coming out on the bridge, hitting Hattori Naginata Samurai, charging across. He's bringing some more across the water over here. His gates have not been destroyed. This one has been damaged. Attackers are taking it surprisingly slow. Now, keep in mind they are on a 20-minute timer. Shogun 2 siege battles come with a 20-minute timer that cannot be turned off or changed in any way. So they have to get a move on. They have to start their assault, and it looks like Dave's going for min-maxing his fire rockets and really taking a bite out of Dema's lines. And I think at this point is when I told him, nope, move back even further, right to the fucking center. Don't give them a single fucking kill off these units if you can help it. Just coalesce all your forces here, and seems to be doing that. Fire projecting mangonels going out. Oh, they landed in the water. No effect. I didn't actually know that was a thing, nor did I notice it at the time. T is retreating his entire army back across the water. Interesting choice when you're on a time limit and when you're besieging a settlement. He was right here. He was ready to climb the walls, take down the gates, really start to get in here and begin his offensive. But he, for some reason, has chosen to completely retreat his army. I can't say I understand that choice, but look at me taking bites out of Hattori Hanzo himself. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's take a look at our other side here. Looks like the fire rockets have been silenced as Dema has listened to my very nagging orders, and now he's aiming for my Chosokabe Bow Ashigaru. Dema was quick to point this out to me, and what I told him was, shut up, don't worry, it doesn't matter, these are Chosokabe Bow Ashigaru, they're not that important, but I will take care of this. So I immediately started moving them, I believe further down the wall. Actually, I already moved them down the wall. I've been moving them down the wall to avoid any fort wall explosions. Bow Ashigaru, Yari Ashigaru. I'm accepting giving him my Ashigaru kills because they're not as important for this as his matchlock lines. They're not as important for this. Especially because I already have bow samurai up here. I'm not as worried. Unfortunately, my units are a little clumped up here. But I'm quickly starting to move them around, give him multiple things to shoot at, and waste his fire rockets on. I really wanted him to waste them on my Ashigaru, and as we see, he's just willingly taking the bait, sending all this siege ammo, which is very limited, at my really worthless units. Let's take a look over here. T has started doing the same, and while Dema was panicking a little by pointing this out to me, I told him just don't worry about it. This is perfect. They're wasting time. You know, we're a quarter way through the battle. They're just taking bites out of my cheapest, most useless units, and I'm taking bites out of his with these guys, which I've actually turned to Dave, and it seems like I've been getting some kills on his units. None of them have committed to a full frontal offensive. They're just going for as many kills they can get with the fire rocket as they can, and really, I don't think it's paying off. It's not enough. They're not getting enough kills. At least that's my opinion. If we look at the balance of power, it is still, I believe, not in our favor. Yeah, it's still not in our favor. They have a lot more troops than we do, and we're taking a lot more losses. They're not really taking much of any losses. Whatever my mangonels can scrape off. But this is so far a battle of attrition, and the attrition is just taking constant fire from our attackers. That is it. We're over a quarter way through the battle. They have not committed anything to a melee fight. They've not even entered the lower layer yet. Dema has finally set up the firing lines I was talking about. I believe with Neil fire and everything. I was telling him he might want to get this taken care of too, but we'll see if he does that and when he does that. Looks like Dave is starting to finally move in for a bit of a charge here, taking his time, still letting the fire rockets fly again on such useless units. He's taken down half the stack, but is it worth it? This is a dirt cheap unit. 400 points? Fire rockets are like 1,800 points. And they only have 10 volleys. Is it worth it? Tea Master's moved some units up again, but a very small amount. Very small. He's not going to take any fire because the archery towers up here are dealt with, but he's also not committing for some reason. Looks like Dave is not going to be as much of a slowpoke as T. Dave is already starting to move units up, which is funny because he doesn't control the gate. What is he doing? We're not going to open it if you knock. You got to burn it down. Fucking. And he's walking too. He's not even running. Well, while Dave does that, let's take a look. Tea Master has begun burning down the gates. Maybe Dave is being the slowpoke. Burning down the gates over here. Or at least one of them. The bow samurai are just chilling. So this gate's taking a burning over here. I've been telling Dema this entire time. Dema's been wanting to kind of move out there. I keep telling him to stay patient. Don't move. Hold your position. I'm starting to get some firing on Naginata Samurai. Not the best to fire at these with bows, but at least it's a target. With my bow Ashigaru, only 30% accuracy, but some fire arrows will do some damage regardless. Take a look at that. Ah, barely anything though. Naginata are so armored. Oh? Treacherously meant to ambush us. That sounds like ninjas! Hattori Kisho ninjas have climbed the walls and are moving in. And I believe my general is down there for some reason. Interesting. Let's see. Still, I don't see much burning going on over here, Dave. Yeah, he's doing some weird shit over here. I don't quite understand it, but he's taking his time. T's gotten through one of the gates. Ninjas are back here. He's kind of hiding them. I don't think he realizes that I can see them. He should realize by now, because it does warn him. Still more fire rockets. We are almost halfway through this battle, guys. And our attackers are taking it slow and cautious as ever. They have almost only half the battle left to really get in there and get to our victory point or whittle away our units. Dema's still getting antsy as ever, I remember, in the call. And I was just telling him constantly, it's okay, stay put. Just hold still. I'll take care of any skirmishing. Hold your own. Dave is backing off his troops over here. I don't really know what's happening. There's a lot on the line here in terms of bragging rights. And they're not being as aggressive as they should be. I don't really understand what Dave's doing. And T's at least moving in here. He moved the ninjas forward, captured the gate, and then ran his units through. Not a bad idea. Whereas this one is burned down, but he's still only moving one unit in, the Naginata Samurai. In a loose formation, not very good for melee. Hattori Kisho Ninja are over here now. But still just holding their ground. It's really a cautious playstyle we see here. I heard an effect go off. Oh my, Chosokabe Bow Hero opening fire at the Kisho Ninja. That's what I love about their range, but he immediately goes to hide them behind here, which is smart. Oh, can I still get a bite out of them? Oh, these bow heroes. Look at this firing arc. Do we get a bite? And we get a bite. Look at that. Even the buildings can't hide them from my bow heroes. Beautiful. That's why I brought that thing. Amazing range. Oh, look at this. Dave has actually moved his fire rockets in and is taking bites out of the archery tower here. He's moved his melee units in finally. Fire projecting mangonels opening fire. Bow Ashigaru over here attacking, and Dema, I think I told him to move up his matchlocks maybe to get into a firing position. Yeah, because Dave is holding his own and it looks like we're about to see some gunpowder flying here. Oh, I think that's the fire projecting mangonels out of fire. Come on, get in range, get in range. He's slowly inching up to get in range. Oh, here we go. We got a charge. We got a charge here. Finally, the first melee charge of the game. And look at this. Look at these gunfire just tearing apart fire rockets right into the front line of it. Neil firing tactics just took a gigantic bite out of these units. It looks like we're not going to get a second fire off. Long Yari Ashigaru charged in, taking a huge bite out of the Matchlock Ashigaru. Now we have the Portuguese Turcos opening fire from above. Fire rockets just littering this front line. Amazing. Look at this. He's also charged Long Yari in and hit my Yari Ashigaru and I think these Bow Ashigaru. And we got the beginning, finally the beginning of a melee fight over halfway through the battle between our cheap units and his own frontline fighters with fire rockets. Look at the fire rockets just pouring in. The Otomo Matchlocks, I believe. These ones are holding their fire for some reason. But over here, this Long Yari Oda push has been pushed back. He's moving his Ashigaru back here. Tea's just taking his time still, using Bow Samurai to skirmish down the Matchlock Ashigaru. And it looks like Dema is actually moved in his units a little to potentially get some firing in, but we don't see any fire, just them getting destroyed by the Bow Samurai. Here we go. There's the fire we were looking for. Skirmishing back the skirmishers with these dirt cheap units. Hattori Naginata Samurai starting to walk in. I'm charging in, it looks like. Yep, charging with a full line of Yari Ashigaru. And here, and arrows right in their back. And seeing these Yari come at him, he decides to run away. Just sprint back, not committing to the charge. Starting to take fire from the rear, literally. Dema's moved his matchlocks back, taking heavy fire. We got some crazy stuff happening over here. We got my Yari skirmishing, fighting with his. We got Bow. Look at these fire arrows coming over the side, landing on the matchlocks. Let's see, we're about to see some matchlock firing here. Here we go, look at that. Neil firing, line firing. I think they're backing up now with the fire arrows coming overhead. Over here, I believe the only melee engagement happening right now. Looks like his Oda Long Yari have this one, but look at all the bodies already. And now fire rockets just landing in the middle of it. He just took a lot more friendly fire than I took fire. I think he actually destroyed the rest of his own unit here. Yari Ashigaru charging in. I remember he charges the Tomo Matchlock in, and I was yelling in the chat, Demi, you're charging in Matchlocks. Demi, you're charging in Matchlocks. Demi, you're charging in Matchlocks. And he's like, oh shit. Desperately trying to run them back. We have Dema finally charging in his own melee units into this front line here. We got the Oda Matchlocks here as well. I think that's why he charged them in. Some Naginata Otomo units charging in and starting to really cut apart these Yari Ashigaru of the Oda. I believe Long Yari, maybe? Or no, these might be Matchlocks. No, these are bows. I lied. Oh, this is nuts. Let's take a grander look at the battlefield here. Good amount of units still outside. Flanking tactics over here by the Oda Long Yari, potentially going for this archery tower. T is still not committing. He's just firing over the buildings to get bites out of the Matchlock Ashigaru. He has not committed much of any of his forces. Look, there's nothing. He's committed barely anything, and what he has committed, as we can see, has died terribly. Look at this. Look at the corpses of his units, the Naginata that he charged in earlier. They just died, and he's made no progress. We've been holding our own pretty fucking well. Oh, but he ran the ninjas around here, and running back the Matchlocks. Yari coming up to intercept. Yep, they're broken, just like that. Just like that. We got Dema really overcommitting some Naginata Samurai, but against Long Yari Ashigaru up close, it might be enough. Oh, no, he's wisely beginning to run these guys away with Long Yari coming up in the rear, but he's kind of surrounded. A little worrying. Yari right here, no firing line ready for them, but let's see. Yari turning around at just the right moment, but taking the charge. Some fire from the Matchlocks, but taking the Long Yari charge head on. That's not the best situation. That is really not the best situation to be having going on here. So now these Naginata are completely surrounded. This side against Dave. Dave's really gotten around him here. Even more. Yari charging around an opening. Look at this flanking tactic by Dave. Not to mention they're capturing the archer tower here, and I actually yelled at Dema to charge his Yari Ashigaru over here. to make sure this didn't happen, but it might be too late. But still, he sent units forward, and that's what matters. We might neutralize this tower by the looks of it. Yep, we're going to neutralize the tower, and that's exactly what I wanted. Otherwise, these are going to fire over here like it's nothing. My fire-projecting mangonel crew, out of ammo, is coming to assist these Yari Ashigaru in defending this tower. The ninjas coming in to intercept them. Completely outmatched here, but that's a really funny situation here. Oh, poor guy. Poor guys. Yeah, they're at a huge disadvantage. The Otomo matchlocks firing as my front lines clash with the Hattori Naginata Samurai. The matchlocks are firing, I believe, more over here. Oh, the fire rockets brought up and trying to fire in on his Turcos and my Chosokabi bow hero. Guys, this is when this battle got going. It really got going. This is intense. This is hard to keep up with. Absolutely insane. Just look at the minimap. Look at everything that's fucking happening. Look at these arrows flying overhead. Where are they going? The matchlocks. They've been so focused on these matchlocks the entire time, but with Dema's micro and my micro of Dema, we've really managed to chase everything back. Looks like everything over here has... Well, my bow Ashigaru are running away. General still outside. The rest of the Oda units being brought in and fully committed now. Dema's charging all his melee front over here into the Oda front lines while my bow samurai open fire here. And here we have a beautiful clashing of front lines. Look at this. Insane, dude. Look at this. This is nuts. The bow samurai kind of helpless at this point. Their front line isn't going to last very long. What's this? I'm sending out my Naginata Samurai to assist. And my light cav. Oh, let's see what happens with these. Oh, I got some more on the other side. I wish I could see. I think they've already gone in there. Oh no, they're going in too. Let's get this amazing cav charge here. Look at the bow. Bow's running away and hit by the cav charge. Look at them go flying. Couldn't get out the gate fast enough. Beautiful cav charge. Beautiful. Let's take a look at what's happening on the other side before it's too late. Bow. Oh, what? Why are we turning around? Light cav turning around because of his Yari cav. I came in to harass them, I guess. Oh no, he was charging my bow Ashigaru and I decided to harass him down with his light cav. Actually, he's coming to charge the light cav. And he lands the charge. But is it worth it? Because now the bow samurai have a shot right on their flank. Are they going to fire? Eventually. Yeah, they are. Look. Just firing in here. My light cav are worth 400 points. His Yari cav are worth 800. So any friendly fire here doesn't even really affect me. Just like that. That was kind of a waste of a cav unit. Oh my god. Fire arrows to make it better. Look at this. Oh, this poor fucking guy. Let's take a look. Matchlocks firing a full melee commitment by T finally, but only 30 seconds on the clock. The matchlocks are running away because Dave's units are all pushed out. Matchlocks retreating. Naginata coming back over here, just pulverizing them with archer fire. He could get a nice rear charge here, but he's not going for it. He's just moving his units up, but there's only, guys, 12 seconds left on the clock. Balance of power slightly in our favor. I think it's over, guys. My Naginata Samurai rushing up to meet his Hattori bow samurai. I don't know why they're walking up. They still have ammo. It's the final charge of the game. Here it goes. Look at that! Oh, that was awesome! Guys, it's over. Just like that. They took so long starting their offensive. They tried to min-max their fire rockets for so long. And it really worked against them. They ran out of time, and thanks to that, me and Dema are now 2-0 in the Duo of Death series. We have one more fight, guys. Me and Dema will be assaulting DrDave and Tea Master in the next battle. And I gotta tell you, it's a really interesting and close battle. There's some crazy shenanigans that happen, and I might have to slow-mo at the very start of the battle. But And also, it almost was a pretty broken battle. One of the players ran into an extreme pathfinding issue that got half of his army killed right at the start of the siege. So I'm almost tempted to not show it, but at the end of the day, it still is so interesting of a battle. I feel the need to show it anyway. I'll just point out when that pathfinding bug happens and show what it's affecting. For now, let's take a look at the kills over here. My bow samurai getting a fuck ton of kills. They had all that harassing fire on the Oda that entire time. Naginata samurai that came out to assist my bow hero. 30 units getting 110 kills. Fire projecting mangonels harassing them. Yari Ashigaru, Chosukabi Bow Ashigaru. My units really were more cannon fodder, but they still got a good amount of kills. Not the best, but again, they were mostly cannon fodder. I really left it up to Dema. Let's find his. I'm curious. I made Dema go for the kills. Here we go. Yep, Naginata Samurai on that front line just crushing it. Otomo Matchlock Ashigaru. Me min-maxing his micro and helping him out. We really made a good use of this Matchlock Ashigaru force. Not all of them, but a good amount of them, yeah. Portuguese Turcos with its supporting fire. Barely even seeing any action. Not a single loss. 185 kills, guys. 185 fucking kills. The other ones got a lot of kills, but some losses too. But that's fine. We didn't even need them because the assault never got to the point where we were going to rely on them. Katana Samurai not seeing any battle whatsoever. The general unit, yeah. Let's take a look at Dave's army, the Oda Long Yari, actually getting more kills than his fire rockets. Really showing he did not get what he paid for out of these things. 4 units, 1,800 times 4. More than that because he ranked them up once. Whereas the Oda Long Yari are about 500. Just think about that. He did not get his money's worth on these fire rockets. But he did a very solid frontline push. He really gave us a fight. He took too long to start, but he gave us a fight once he got in there. And the only reason that he got crushed so easily is because his ally, Tea Master, took so long to start his attack. He was so concerned with min-maxing the kills of his own fire rockets, which got little to nothing. Min-maxing the bow samurai, like skirmishing, because according to him, he was waiting for an opening, which never showed itself. Therefore, he just didn't get many kills. The units he did commit, these Hattori Naginata samurai, did get some good kills, considering they went up against mostly Yari Ashigaru and Otomo Matchlocks and some Chosukabi bows Ashigaru. So, as you see, if he did commit more, I do think they would have done a lot better. I do think they would have pushed and destroyed our entire bottom line defense, and it would have come down to would our elite units at the top been able to handle it. And if they saved the fire rockets for that part in the battle, it would have been over. But because they tried to min-max the kills on the initial assault, it was over. There was no chance for them. Because they tried to min-max getting an opening or just skirmishing us down with the 20-minute timer, it was all over. Even if they didn't have the timer, I don't think they could have won with this strategy. But that's it, guys. That's the end right there. One more battle left, and it's pretty nuts. There's some pretty crazy plays, pretty bad pathfinding bugs, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.